Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. In today's video, we're taking a look at Whitemane. She is, without a doubt, the character I am the least comfortable playing in this entire game. As you can see, she's only level 6 on my account, and when she came out, I always felt like she was a little on the weak side. I mean, maybe I wasn't the only one to think that, because she was reworked about a year after her release, but she was added into the game on August 7th, 2018, reworked September of next year, and with that rework, they tried to make her, in my opinion, a little more well-rounded. So outside of PvP encounters, you could still heal your allies. Clemency used to be a talent choice. It's her activatable ability. I guess I can't show that to you here. It just allows you to point and click and heal an ally without dumping all of your mana into that process, which is normally what you would have to do. I explained her mechanics of the game, but the idea of getting your buffs on targets ready to go and then swapping into damage mode and somehow juggling this while you're healing your allies by DPSing has always eluded me. I've never been comfortable on this character at all, but I did give it a real college try. However, when you see what the enemy team comp is, I hope you have a little sympathy for me. This is a very stressful game. Very stressful game. Whitemane's win rate right now is sitting at a 50.82%. Her popularity at a 9.62, with only 1.76 of that being bans. Not banned out of very many games, but she is a character that when I encounter in quick match, I'm usually pretty intimidated by. If Whitemane has mana, she seems completely unkillable, and it's definitely interesting to be on the playing side of that. Hope you guys enjoy the match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one might be an absolute disaster, but it's the one we're recording nonetheless. The friendly team: Whitemane, Gazlowe, Abathur, Cassia, and Junkrat. Now, as I've been practicing Whitemane, I've noticed that I really need a front line to protect me if I'm going to be successful. And what did we queue into? An assassin clusterfuck. The enemy team is Murky, Deathwing, Valera, Tracer, Tyrande, and I see no way that I have an easy game here. But let's get things underway. Clemency is our activatable one ability. It shares the same cooldown as Inquisition. Both have a 12-second. One is a friendly heal. The other is a damaging ability. But with the way our trait works, we could turn all of our damaging abilities into heal in the right circumstances. The symbol that you see above our Gazlowe means any damage that we do is in turn going to heal him as well. This is our Zeal, and it can be a bit of a problem to stack up and manage as you're just getting used to this character. And I am certainly no master of it by any means. Tyrande stepping up is going to take too much damage. We're going to use some desperate heals to keep our Gazlowe alive. So what do I mean desperate heals? Well, Desperate Plea is actually our only ability that consumes mana. 40 mana per application, but once we cast it, we get this bar. And if we cast again, it will consume the red area of our mana, making it so if we want to spread our Zeal, which is our trait, around to multiple targets and actually heal them, it takes a fair amount of planning, and there's only a small window at which you can. With Junkrat running away, he's going to get the Desperate Plea, and he should be totally fine. We could also use Clemency on him to put Zeal on him. That works as well. There is a talent coming up at level 7 that makes this job a lot easier, so if you're already overwhelmed like I am, don't worry, it gets better. Our E ability is Searing Lash on a 6-second cooldown. Remember, this does not consume any mana, and we're able to cast this quite a lot with the build that we are going for today. Actually, so far, the friendly team has been doing better than I thought they would. They're doing a pretty good job. There is also an activatable to our traits, although I never really know when to use it. I can't quite find the right time. I think it's mostly because we're playing quick match, and I don't have that, that front line to really rely on. We do not have Zeal on Cassia, so she wasn't getting healed during that damage ability. We got to be be better at that. Valera coming out of nowhere, getting into melee range. We might be able to hit Murky and finish him off. Our auto attacks actually do seem pretty decent. Desperate Plea's healing is increased by 30%. Increase this by an additional 10% for each active Zeal. So the more Zeal we spread around, the more just our basic Qs will heal. Now, you can find yourself in situations where you just don't have time to deal damage, like what happened with Gazlo. And what we have to do in that situation is basically dump all of our mana into saving a target all at once. This is a complicated character. There's a lot going on. One of the reasons I never really invested much time into Whitemane is she is probably the worst PvE healer in the game. If I cannot damage heroes, the only way I heal my allies is with spamming all of my mana out with the Desperation Plea. That is so slow. That is not a fast process at all. Or if it is a fast process, it leaves me completely drained and I immediately have to back. Murky emerging, we're going to get a Zeal on us just to keep us alive. Now, one thing worth mentioning is our auto attack does heal as well. So in the early game like this, we are actually pretty good at trading into most targets. However, I don't see most enemy targets on the map right now, and I'm the only member of the friendly team in the middle lane, so it looks like I'm going to be backing up. Friendly team is getting pretty close to level 7. Let's rotate up top and see if we can help out there. It seems like Valera going up here as well. So let's get our Zeal out. Easy damage on Deathwing. Make sure that our Junkrat is being healed as well. Now with Zealous Spirit at level 7, this is really important. We can get the Zeal on ourselves just by using our Desperate Plea on 2 enemies. As Valera engages on me and that 2.5 second silence sits in, I have literally nothing I can do to heal myself as a response to that. I am literally just sitting there waiting, hoping my team responds in a positive way to help me. Deathwing is in the sky. By the way, my typical strategy is to put Zeal just on 2 targets, and then if I need to put it on another one, we use our Clemency for that. But that can be really, really difficult to do. If we spam it out too much, we're literally just not going to have mana for anything else. Gazlo with the Abathur top hat is moving in. We finish off a kill on Tracer. He looks totally fine, so I'm not going to commit any more mana to that. Instead, we are just going to walk up. Now that Desperate Plea has had its bar reset, we can reapply 2 of those buffs, and now we're healing Gazlo as he rotates away as well. There are some auto attack builds that I want to take a look at for Whitemane. They actually look pretty fun. I don't know if they're any good or not. Here we go with another silence on me, forcing me to back up instantly. Literally 0 counterplay I can do there. And one thing we need to be really concerned about is if I am channeling damage into an enemy using my W ability, they have a Tyrande who can just stun me, like a point and click stun. If I'm not moving, that's really easy to land. Nice satchel charge by Junkrat. We sidestep that stun, no problem. And we'll just keep trying to keep ourselves topped up. Looks like Gazlo is getting a little bit of momentum in the top lane. The friendly team is level 10. Soon, any moment. Here we go. To the enemy team's level 8. I'm going to push with Gazlo pretty hard here. The enemy team is likely about to rotate, but we just got Divine Reckoning. This allows us to deal AoE damage, quite a substantial amount. And remember, any damage that we do to heroes will be radiated throughout all of our Zeal targets. So if we see Deathwing casting his Fire Breath, maybe we just put our ultimate under him on the chance that they want to fight, and then we can AoE heal our party. Well, we went for the top structure. The enemy team pushed in and got our middle tier 1 defense. In the grand scheme of things, we came out on top there because top lane has a boss that can push in towards the core. It's basically how you should gauge which buildings are the most important for you to siege down. Cassie on the other side of the map isn't going to be coming up here anytime soon. She kind of just looks like she's AFK farming over there. Meanwhile, the Junk Squad, Junkrat and Gazlo, are starting to gather the nuke up top. Tyrande with an owl knows we're here, but we just get our Desperate Plea back on 2 targets, and we are going to be good to go. The falling star is coming in hot. Let's get a clemency on Junkrat, try to heal him back up. With Tracer emerging, we are in a bit of trouble. Let's just drop the ult right here in this walkway. That'll actually be quite a lot of healing. As long as this Zeal is on me, we should be fine. The enemy Valera chasing after me, but again, we had mana, so we can heal. That is huge. Gazlo, on the other hand, is going to be taken down. We can interrupt it one more time at least. I'm not trying to do too much here, but we can channel some damage in. She did see the opportunity for her stun that time, and the silence is going to hit me pretty hard this time around. They still haven't gotten it, though. I mean, Junkrat is one of the best characters at delaying objectives just like this, so if we keep him topped off, we might be okay. I could throw my E ability in there as well, but we do miss by just a little bit. This is 4 members of the enemy team pushing the top lane, and what's Cassia doing? AFK farming middle for absolutely no reason. Nice. Double soaking isn't a bad thing. I want to be really clear about that. However, Abathur is the one who should be soaking the XP, and we should be grouping up to counter this enemy team's pushes. Level 13 is on the way, and that's going to be a big power spike for us. Level 16 also a very big power spike for us. So the late game is looking pretty good, especially because we are ahead at the moment as well. Desperate, please, going out. That was everything I had. I could have dropped my ultimate, though. And you see how the split-second decision-making on Whitemane is actually so hard. There is so much to think about. Let's let Abby split. Come join us, Case. Because that is 4 members of the enemy team pushing top, and we desperately need the help. That being said, we are going to hit level 13 slightly before them, it looks right. Junkrat getting dove in the back line. That's never fun. Let's go ahead and get lashing out. For every hero that we hit with our E ability, we are going to get cooldown reduction on our E ability. So in a situation like this, we can actually start to play kind of aggressive, especially against a stationary target like that. Cassia not responding to the text well, instead continuing to push down the bottom lane, although it looks like Tyrande has gone down there, so at least she's not just fighting Murky endlessly for no reason. Gazlo going for a Merc camp right now. Looks like Abathur coming in for a little action too. Is going to take some damage, but nothing too bad. Cassia being run down by the same 4 people we wanted her to help us defeat. Bottom lane is looking pretty bad right now. Junkrat, Gazla, and myself are on the rotation down. We did see Deathwing in the top lane, though, so they are going to be getting that split XP Murky up there now as well. Let's get Zeal out on as many targets as we can. As they move up, we just get cooldown reduction on them, and we should be great. We also have a sippy cup here we can use to really help our mana stay high, at least at the start. 2 desperate pleas onto our allies. I'm just trying to bait the stun from Tyrande. Didn't quite work out the way I was expecting. Desperate heals going out. Zeal going down too, and good damage on Valera. This might be enough to take her down. Deathwing trying to move up now as well. We're going to cast a clemency on our Junkrat to try to keep him alive. And now here we go, moving towards Tyrande. Can we actually chase this down? Not when Junkrat disengages her into oblivion. But that's not stopping Gazlo from trying. We do not slow down Deathwing no matter what we do, but we can poke at him a little bit. No problem. Mistakes happen. That's not a big deal at all. Once we hit 16, we are going to be able to get a root. Now, this is the exact situation I'm terrified of on Valera. On Whitemane. If an enemy team starts moving towards me and my team doesn't peel, there's literally nothing I can do except dump mana into my own health bar with a bunch of desperate pleas. That's another reason I haven't really gravitated towards this character, because it takes a lot of coordination from your team to really make this work. Desperate. I have just a few moments until my ultimate's going to be off cooldown, but there you saw we dropped literally all of our mana to save Gazlo. And don't get me wrong, I think that's a pretty cool moment. I think it's cool that healers can decide to do that. However, now I don't have any mana and this fight is still continuing. We do have a channel on Tyrande. Is it going to be enough? Doesn't look like it. And Deathwing with a massive amount of damage in this small little choke point. Try to get a desperate plea on Gazlo, but it looks like he's doing a-okay without me, and I'm going to head back for some mana. Holy moly. We held the line a little bit longer. Now, this is a big talent for us. Hitting hero with a Searing Lash while they are being channeled by our Inquisition, which is our W ability, will root that target in place. Hopefully, what happens is when a target dives on me, I'm able to root them, and then the friendly team can focus them down. When I was trying to seek advice for this character, this was one talent that kept coming up that a lot of people think has some great playmaking capabilities. However, what I found is that in quick match, I root someone and then nothing happens. I think this talent might be better in coordinated play, but it's still a really solid ability, so I wanted to show it off. We don't have a lot of vision on the map right now. These guys are about to go in. Let's get the pleas out on our, what I assume is going to be our front line. We do miss our ability on Deathwing somehow, but it looks like not too much was done. Valera looking for a target. She finds it on Junkrat, but he immediately silences her. That was a really good response. Clemency onto our Gazlo just to get the... I'm also going to use my trait here for extra damage. Holy shit, it lowers my armor as well, so as Tracer jumps on me, that got a little sketchy, but we were able to keep our whole team alive there. I don't hate that at all. We're going to Desperate Plea ourselves and onto Gazlo. We're going to have to start... Here's the root. Oh, I just missed the root, actually. I'm inside of the Falling Stars. Holy shit. I got nothing, bro. I got nothing, bro. We got to keep kiting. I can Clemency onto our Cassia, but our Gazlo is really far forward, and there's not much I could do to help him out at the moment. But, bro, he's thriving up here. He doesn't even need me. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he needed me. He needed me. Desperate Please trying to leave. Oh my god, look at that. Getting away with just a sliver of HP on both of them after that Junkrat ult. That was so very close. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we are being sieged down. Our Abathur does have the Mule, so as long as they aren't focusing this too much, he'll be able to heal this building back. Objective is coming up. The enemy team is starting to get that XP lead on top of us, although only slightly. Remember, early on, we had a couple levels under our belt that was looking pretty good. Junkrat attempting to run away while Cassia farms the lane nearby, not helping in any way, and he is taken down. I mean, the rotation definitely didn't help, but we could have done a little bit more to preserve that life, I feel like. Objective is up. 4 nukes are in play. We have a staggered death on our team at the moment, which is going to make it a little more difficult. Also, have you noticed how many Tyrande owls were flying directly for our poor little slug? He's just trying to live his best life. Why are you targeting him so much? Desperate Pleas all around. We're going to drop our ult here as well. Use our trait to get even more damage out, and we managed to keep Gazlo alive. I also have a sippy cup here that we can use. That burst healing is really, really fun. Don't get me wrong. We did get the root on Tyrande, but nothing came from it. We have easy casts of our E ability here as they're stepping up. And another Desperate Plea to try to keep our team alive. So, where the fuck is everybody? I guess we did get some nukes. I mean, that's something. I can't go in too much here. Plea on ourselves to try to stay alive. One more for myself to try to stay alive. The pufferfish is moving up. We're going to cast Clemency on Gazlo for a brief moment. Nice! Junkrat ultimate this time around. We secure that kill, and we're just doing desperate prayers to try to keep our allies alive. Mana is low. Hold on, we can heal you, and then I get it for free. Easy damage here. Oh, they are reinforcing, though. Murky jumping on the back line, taking me down. Cassia falling soon after, and Junkrat is going to make it a hat trick. This also gives the enemy team several nukes that they could fire off at our buildings, and there's still a nuke in play over here as well. The fire of Deathwing is going to burn down our final building, and then I imagine the nukes are going to start falling very soon after. There's the first one. I don't even think one will get through the shields. But we are so dead that I don't think we're going to get back in this game either. And this has kind of been what my Whitemane experience in Quick Match has been. I feel like we make some big plays to help keep some allies alive every now and then, but unfortunately, I can't quite seem to hold the tide of defeat away. Talents 3 and 4 in today's video: Pity the Frail, Martyrdom, Zealous Spirit, Divine Reckoning, Lashing Out, Harsh Discipline, and then at level 20 I would have gotten the upgrade for our level 10. If you don't like the root talents, then your alternative is to go for Subjugation. This will really incentivize the use of your W ability, and then you would also pick up Shared Punishment at level 16. Another reason I didn't want to pick those talents in this game is because the enemy team had so much focus fire they could do on me if I was standing still channeling that it simply would not have been worth it, in my opinion. But that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I did the best I could with what we were given. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Zul. I cannot wait to split push.